Good morning, U.S. history. I wanted to do a quick reteach about the explorers that came to North America. So these are the notes from the Race to North America game. So I just wanted to really quickly go over this and over the four countries. So France, Spain, Netherlands, and England that came to North America and what they were looking for and why they came to start with. So we'll start with France. France came looking for a water route through North America. They were looking for what's called the Northwest Passage. They are trying to get from Europe to China, Japan area, India, as quickly as possible, and they think they can cut through North America. So they also decided that while they were here, they were going to try and build good relationships with the Native Americans so that trade would be easier. Well, it turns out they don't find a water route through North America, but they end up making money by trapping and trading animal skins, mainly beaver skin. So that's what they did find when they got here. The English came to North America. They're looking for gold. That's what they're looking for in Jamestown. That's what they're looking for in Roanoke. In all of their colonies, they're looking for gold. At least the businessmen are. There are other people, though, that are looking for religious freedom. That's going to be the Pilgrims and the Puritans. They were getting picked on in England, and they wanted to come here and have a religion without having problems. England ends up not finding gold, but they are able to figure out that if they fish and if they build ships and if they, again, are trading furs, they're going to make enough money to make it here in the New World. And that's kind of the deal. The Netherlands, so the Dutch, they also are looking for a water route through North America. And while they're here, they decide also they're going to trade animal furs because why not? They again don't find a water route, but they were able to find new animal furs also, just like the French. The French are better at it than the Dutch, but the Dutch are able to make a pretty good amount of money from beaver skins and creating trade with Europe. The Dutch have the Dutch East India Company and the Dutch West India Company that are the best shippers in the world at this point. And so they have a great trade going on with Europe. And so they're able to make a lot of money through trade. Spain's the last one. They come to North America looking for gold. That's what they're looking for. That they settle in places they think are going to have gold. They even end up taking over the Aztec Empire, the Inca Empire. They take over a lot of the Mesoamerican areas because they can. They become conquistadors, conquerors. They don't find gold or not very much, but they create farms and mines to try and make that money and try and make it work. So I'm going to show you a quick map. Sorry, I should have pulled it up earlier and I didn't. So this is the settlements. So this little tiny pink thing right here is the Netherlands. They settle in what is called New Amsterdam, so New York. England takes over everything that's purple, so this becomes the 13 colonies later, and then they have part of Canada up here. The French take over a lot of the middle part here, including the port of New Orleans. This is a big deal. They're able to make a lot of money moving furs up and down the Mississippi River into the Gulf of Mexico, which they can then use to ship it out to Europe. It's a quick, this is a perfect way to get stuff to Europe quickly. So the French are very good about getting things done and getting money through this port. And then we have the Spanish who take over, again, Florida. They have Florida. They have Cuba, Santo Domingo, all of these areas down here, including into South America. It's all of Central America, or most of Central America, and then all through Mexico up into what is today New Mexico, so Santa Fe. These areas, they just don't they're not great for farming. It's dry. There's just not a lot going on there. So there's a problem there. So this is our little map. New Amsterdam, the New Netherlands, gets taken over by the British because remember, it's just this little tiny part right here. So that ends up getting swallowed up by the purple, the English. All right, so let's look at your test now that you've been retaught. You're going to put your last name, your first name, what period you have U.S. history, who your U.S. history teacher is, and then you're going to pick one of the countries. So we have France, England, the Netherlands, and Spain. You're going to pick one of those countries. So if you decide to pick with France, that's fine. You're going to bubble it. If you decide Spain, you'll bubble that. If you decide Netherlands, you'll bubble that. If you decide England, you'll bubble that. So then the question is, why did explorers from the country, so this country up here that you picked, come to North America? Why did they come? What were they looking for? Most explorers did not find what they were looking for when they came to North America. There was no gold and no water route to Asia. For the country that you picked above, so this country up here, what did they find instead? So this is why they came, what they did when they couldn't find what they were looking for. And then this is a map, just like the one I showed you. So we have the D part of the country, the B part of the country, the A part of the country, and then C is this little tiny part right here. So whatever country that you picked up here, where are they on this map? That's what we want to know. And you're going to put the letter right here in this little box right here. So if you pick Spain, you're going to pick the letter for Spain. If you pick France, you're going to pick the letter for France. If you picked England, you'll pick the letter for England. If you picked the Netherlands, you're going to pick the letter for the Netherlands. So there you go. That's Explorers. Make sure you turn in your field and race to North America notes to your teacher, and then good luck on your test.